tight ends in the NFL. Mackey Award winner in college at Colorado State, as you mentioned. Comes from a big family. His mom's Kate and Jen. He's got 2 older brothers. He's got a twin brother. He's got a younger sister. They're all really proud of what Trey's done. Now in year number 3, a second-round pick out of Colorado State, and he has been one of the most productive tight ends the last 2 years.
He's just proving to be a mismatch for linebackers, for safeties, and he could get open at all 3 levels. That's a great security blanket for Kyler Murray.
Remember, Zach Ertz went to Washington on a free agent contract. They felt good about McBride being the lead guy there. Benson, short game. Right into Brandon Fisk, the rookie out of Florida State. First time we've called his name today, the second-round pick for Los Angeles. And now McBride will come back into the game.
For the Rams to even try and get back in this game, I know it's a long shot. You just need some sort of momentum shift here, right? You need to punch a ball out and give Matthew Stafford a chance.
Exactly.
That's all he needs.
I don't think you can come back in a game like this without, at this point, with 28 points being the deficit, 2 takeaways. You're going to have to get some takeaways from the defense. Here is Dortch. Good job to get to the ball defensively by Jalen McCullough, rookie out of Tennessee. So now you're getting into the number 2s on a couple of these plays for the defensive backs. The Rams, all 5 of their backup DBs are rookies, rookies, and 4 of them are undrafted. So they are really young in their defense right now.
Remember, they lost Darian Kendrick, who tore his ACL in training camp.
Trey Tomlinson is on IR. Darius Williams.
Got some holes in the back end to fill in.
Nobody has hit more 50-yard field goals in NFL history. Matt Prater will try to add on another one from 57. The longest attempt of his season is a very familiar sight for Prater. That is the 81st field goal of 50-plus yards in the career of Matt Prater, and it makes it a 31-point game. These 2 teams will not meet again until week 17, when the Rams will be the home team. They're hoping for better fortunes because this has been a dominant Arizona performance out west today. They're missing number 99 out there. You saw that Aaron Donald jersey. What a difference one player makes. I'm not saying it's the only reason, but I would imagine Kyler Murray might even be willing to tell you that's a big reason. So Rams offense out, Cardinals defense out. More from Christina Pink on the field.
Yeah, what a day for this Cardinals defense. Buda Baker's been flying around all game, much like he was flying around when I talked to him in warm-ups. Year 8 for him, and he told me, I'm still faster than all these dudes. And he said it jokingly, but he certainly looked like that today. He told me, this is my favorite defense that I have ever been a part of. It's how we work. It's how they check the egos out the door, and they've done that today.
Great stuff, KP. He's got 7 tackles, does Baker today. Stafford's got 3 deep downfield. He'll check it down to Williams. And he'll lunge ahead and picks up the first down. I want to go back to the defensive point and break down the nickel and kind of wild structure. Sean McVay called the Arizona defense a wild structure because of their flexibility. Deep dive it for me.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's really about the front 6. Once you call the nickel defense in the game, that's the 5th defensive back. It's who are the other 6 players. And sometimes it's 4 D linemen and 2 backers. Sometimes it's 5 D linemen and 1 backer. But all those personnel adjustments matter, mostly in protection.
3 down linemen, 2 backers on the perimeter here. Stafford rifles it downfield, and he finds Tutu Atwell. At 5'9", he elevated every inch he could to grab that one on a line drive from Stafford.
That was your classic nickel 42. That's why the play action worked, and that's why there were some holes in that coverage. They tried to keep everything underneath it. You see Tutu Atwell going upstairs in those casitas for that catch.
Now Whittington. He's got plenty of space, and good job of blocking downfield by DeMarcus Robinson, beg your pardon. 15 was right in front of Whittington with an engagement.
Well, that's an attitude right there for the Los Angeles Rams to block downfield. That shows me these players are fighting. They're not looking at the scoreboard. They're executing each play and helping their guy out, blocking on the perimeter.
43 yards on the last 2 plays. Stafford pumps it, walks it, floats it. Ooh, nearly an impressive catch with one hand by Parkinson. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, Parkinson started to drift just a little bit on this route up the field. You see him watch as he runs with Stafford. He starts to get vertical, and Stafford expected him to come a little flatter, a little friendlier. They're still working through some of those things as he's a new player with this ball club.
Made his debut with the Rams last week in Detroit after 4 years at Seattle. Stafford turns around, slings the screen short, looking for Kyron Williams.
I think something's going on with Matthew. Something's not right.
Is he not moving right?
Yeah, his gait in his run, like something's off. Maybe it's the ankle or something, and he's never going to admit it. He's too tough and so prideful, which I admire. You can tell something's off on some of these throws, and when he gets that funky arm angle and starts to short arm it a little bit, that's not what I'm used to watching with this guy.
There's Stetson Bennett on the sideline, who has yet to appear in an NFL game. Jimmy Garoppolo was signed as the backup. He returns from suspension next week. Screen pass into the flat. It is Williams, and Baker comes flying in for another tackle just shy of the line to gain.
That's Zaven Collins from the opposite side. He's got to go track down the back. But watch, he's got to go all the way back and follow the back. Him or the safety. They thought the halfback was going to stay in.
4th and 1, they go for it, and Williams keeps the drive going down to the 5-yard line. Fresh set of downs for a seemingly not 100% Matthew Stafford, and certainly not a close to 100% offense for Sean McVay between the line, Kupp, Nakua, and Stafford now.
They're trying to get some points here even before the 4th quarter starts is huge. Just for momentum's sake, and then we mentioned it before, to keep this game close, you got to get a turnover. You need a special teams touchdown. You need something, a spark out here to light a fire in the desert.
Here's Williams, navigates his way to the end zone and floats home. Good job by Parkinson on the block, and the Rams have their first touchdown of the day.
Watch Parkinson. He's going to go this way and then come all the way back, cut this thing off. And the corner's got to make that play on the goal line. That's Max Melton, the rookie out of Rutgers. Welcome to the NFL, big boy. You got to go defend that goal line as best you can with Kyron Williams barreling down on you.
It's been a tough day for Williams, but he finds Pater. Joshua Carty bangs home the extra point. 34-10 the score as Kyron Williams, his second touchdown of the year, both in short yardage spots last week in Detroit, now this week in Glendale. Biggest key here, only 2:46 off the clock, 40 seconds still left in the 3rd quarter. So if you're Matthew Stafford, if you're Kyron Williams, you're thinking, hey, we still got a shot no matter what the score might be.
And now the emphasis is right back on the defense.
Yep.
Coach Shula and this defensive unit, I mean, we got to steal a possession here. I need a tip ball at the line of scrimmage to an interception. I need a fumble punch out. I need something to shift the momentum.
Kyler Murray had some big days in his college career. We've got a huge day of football on Fox on Saturday. We told you about Big Noon kickoff from Columbus at 10 a.m. Eastern time, then Marshall and Ohio State at noon. Big game in the Big 12. Utah and Oklahoma State getting set to square off a top 15 showdown. And then Coach Prime, after the upset, I don't know if it actually wasn't an upset technically, but it was a very contentious game with their rival Colorado State. They got the win. They'll square off a game on Saturday. Maybe a free play here. It will be a run play regardless. Connor will run it, and depending on the yardage, they'll either take the penalty in the neutral zone or they'll take the run. Either way, it's both 5. I would imagine you take the penalty and keep it at 1st and 5 here.
Offside. Defense, number 27. That 5-yard penalty will be enforced from the previous spot. Still 1st down.
So they'll take the 1st down and just take the 5 yards. White penalty.
They're bringing the corner cat. He just got a little early start. A little overzealous.
So to your point, though, trying to get some kind of wrinkle into the defense to try to steal the ball and get a possession away from Arizona.
There's essentially a run pressure. This this run game and rushing attack from the Cardinals has been so potent. They're trying to slow it down any way they can.
Averaging about 6 per carry. This will be good enough for a first down. And that should take us to the end of the third quarter. The highest career passer rating in a game for Kyler Murray came in 2020. It was 150.5. Going into the fourth quarter today, a perfect 158.3 rating. League average, 89. Murray and the Cardinals playing a 9 straight road wins for the Rams in the series. The last win in Glendale for the Cardinals. Drew Stanton came in for the injured Carson Palmer. Finds John Brown. The Cardinal defense with an exceptional performance. 2 touchdowns to secure the 31-14 win over the then St. Louis Rams. Dennis Gardeck was feeling some sandstorm in the break. And now the offense for Arizona out there with a fresh set of downs. Trey Benson had to run backwards to get away from first, and then he and Reeder team up for the tackle for loss. He was in there for James Conner, who for the 15th time in his NFL career has a 100-yard game. What a performance by Murray and Harrison in that first half, that first quarter, finding Marvin Harrison for 4 catches, 130, and 2 scores.
The biggest thing to me is that completion percentage. I mean, he's over 80% right now, Kyler Murray, and he's looked so sharp in his decision making, knowing when to pull the ball down, and when he has evaded the rush, he's made the right decision with the football, hasn't put it in harm's way.
As many touchdowns as incompletions today. Screen pass, here's Dortch, and they'll set up a makeable third down here. I want to go back to something you said when we talked with Kyler Murray on Friday. You kind of pointed out this is year number 6. Today's the 67th regular season start of his career. He's been in this system now since last year. Obviously picked it up midway through the season when he came back from the knee injury. But he still has the youth and the athleticism and the explosiveness.
You're exactly right. I mean, in his 6th season, he signed that big second contract. People were chirping about it in the media. Maybe some people didn't agree with it. Regardless, he's in the 2nd year with this system, with this offensive coordinator. He's had a healthy offseason and another healthy game to Trey McBride. But I think that's a big deal for him, is coming in as the starter, knowing he's not doing knee rehab, knowing he's not, trying to get back right physically. Now it's just the focus on the mental side of the game while he can still make it pay. And, gosh, he doesn't have to fly the Top Gun mission every week. You know what I mean? To go win the thing. It's like he's starting to really understand how to play this game and how to take care of the football. And today he's done an excellent job.
It's been in sync with Drew Petzing. Benson trying to cut it back against Desjuan Johnson. He stuck with him. Good pursuit that time. Desjuan was inactive in Detroit. The Detroit native did not play last week, but he's active today.
You can tell somebody's told these halfbacks, no matter what, no balls on the turf.
Don't lose the ball.
No footballs on the turf.
Yep.
You got to hold that thing with 2 hands as soon as you get in traffic. No messing around. And you cannot let the Rams, if you're the Cardinals right now, you cannot let the Rams back into this game with a silly turnover. This is your chance. You got to step on their throat, choke them out, and end this thing. Don't give them any wiggle. Like the Noche of the UFC.
That was a wild one last night. James Conner doing James Conner things. Concrete Conner, the Terminator, whatever you want to call him. He has impressed again today. Another 10-yard run, 111 on the day. Down to Christina Pink for more.
Yeah, impressive. Been shedding tackles all game. He's quietly been having a great season going back to late last year. I pointed that out to him, and he said, yeah, nobody's talking about me, but I'm okay with that. He said, I was supposed to be out of the league 8 years ago. So impressive game from him, and also just breaking tackles and doing what he does.
8 tackles broken last week. He slid through a bunch today too, KP, to pick up another first down on the ground, and he picks up more good yardage here, and it's going to be 2nd and short. I mean, it's shocking to hear that he thinks he should have been out of the league 8 years ago, because we've watched James Conner put up these types of numbers right up there with the offensive player of the year in the NFL last year, one of the best receivers in the league in CeeDee Lamb. But I've watched this kid since he was a sophomore at Pittsburgh, and watched him battle through non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, battle through a knee injury at the same time, and rehab. Tough kid playing at the University of Pittsburgh. Was picked up by the Steelers, had to step in when Le'Veon Bell held out. Remember that?
That's right.
James Conner got his opportunity, became a Pro Bowler that year. He's been a Pro Bowler twice. He is as reliable as it comes for the most part amongst the running backs in this league. So it's very shocking when KP brought that up, that James thought he should be out of the league 8 years ago when he was, in his first season. And maybe being behind Bell was giving him that thought. What an impressive run to get to this point in his career in life.
And it's those kind of stories that really transcend the game of football. I mean, that hits you hard when life hits you hard. And this dude just fights back. He hits harder. And it's an inspirational story. I love watching a guy like that. Nobody loves a comeback story like we do. But 3rd and 1, I mean, I also like his number.
I was going to say, I figured there was something else that cosmically
just plays with such a passion, man. He refuses to go down.
Fake it to Conner. Murray on the run. The block from Higgins. And a first down. 1st and goal for Arizona.
Golly.
That is the 12th first down on the ground for Arizona today.
Well, he's just reading the outside in Byron Young. And Byron Young gets fooled by the zone read. I mean, it looks effortless. He looks so healthy, and the Kyler Murray from 3-4 years ago that we know and love, the Pro Bowler, but also a guy who knows how to take care of the football. And that's a deadly combination. You get a guy that can take care of the rock and be as efficient as he is today and still get out of trouble with his legs. That's a problem.
Ohio State versus Michigan on the perimeter. Josh Wallace and Marvin Harrison Jr. know each other very well from their rivalry in college. Wallace had the assignment.
Well, that's the matchup. These two are no strangers. They've done it before. Almost there. The only thing I would say, my only coaching point for Kyler, as you watch some of these, I mean, it's man-to-man out there. There's no help over the top. There's no need for the play fake. I mean, just catch that ball, assess the release. You can stare right at the receiver and get that ball out quick, maybe a hair more air under it, and let Marvin Harrison Jr. make you right.
Will Hernandez. Whoa, there's a fumble into the end zone. It is grabbed by McBride. And he's in. Let's see where that fumble was picked up. It's going to be ruled a touchdown. Looked like McBride was already across the goal line and should have it. Untouched McBride, and even when things go wrong, they've gone right for Arizona.
Yeah, I mean, watch McBride just follow the play. And, oh, man.
Yeah, he was across the goal line already when he grabbed it.
Conner got smacked.
Yeah.
By Verse right there. Holy smokes.
Yeah, he jarred that ball loose. Yeah, right. It was already past the goal line. McBride was there for it.
I mean, you know it's your day when stuff like that's happening. This football's shaped awfully funny, but when it bounces your way, it sure is nice.
Well, Trey McBride gets rewarded, maybe in an unexpected fashion, but McBride was right.
CTV.
Since week 7 2 years ago against the Saints when they won 42-34 on a Thursday night in a wild game. Everything going right for Arizona. Even the last touchdown, maybe the epitome of it, when a fumble ends up in the end zone and McBride covers it up to make it 41-10. No return for Whittington, out to the 30.